What's up, everybody? It's Joe Simpson. It is Sunday the 29th, and I have something really cool to share with you today. First and foremost, fishing has been tight, man. I don't know what's going on. Pat and I have been out a lot lately, and in the boat, big water, small ponds, big ponds. I mean, little fish here and there, but nothing really major. I mean, nothing I even want to put in my video. So we'll keep plugging, but man, we're losing our steam quickly. So hopefully we'll figure these things out. Anyway, I was fishing the other day in Lake Ridge, and this kid was telling me to use an underspin. And so I started using the underspin on a Kitech. And if all of you have used Kitechs before, you know that Kitechs fall apart pretty easily. They're good for about one fish, maybe two fish, and maybe 30 casts. When you cast a Kitech, sometimes their connection points, especially if they're being weedless or Texas rigged, they don't hold up well. So I really like the Elastec diesel minnows, but there's a limit to what you can do with them because, first of all, they float. So you kind of have to use a weighted hook of some sort. You can't just use like a free hook. Hooking them Texas rig style doesn't really look great in the water. They need more of a keel weight to keep them from going back and forth. So I usually use the Chinlock Z belly weighted hooks. Let me show you one of those. This hook works perfectly. The reason it works so good is you've got this little weight up here on the front, which hooks into the chin of the bait and keeps it from sliding around. And you've got the keel weight on the belly, which keeps that thing straight up and down and wobble free. The thing is, I don't like about it is there's no option for this to be bought in an underspin. The other rigging that you can use for one of these diesel minnows is what's called the wide eye. It's kind of like a jig head and it's loose. It's the wide eye and it has just no weight. So it's going to be more nose weighted and kind of follow the nose of this bait. But it's also a great way to do it. So I was looking around and I even tried to rig up my own underspin for these Chinlock Zs, and I couldn't figure out how to get them to work. And I looked all over the place. And finally, on Amazon, I found a really cool solution that I think you guys will like. It's called the Twinblade. What this does is it allows you to put a hook through the middle section where there's a little hole there, and you can attach that to any hook basically, and especially to these Chinlock Zs. And I'll show you a couple of applications. The way this works is pretty easy. Basically, take this little double rig here. Careful not to get the hook in your finger, and it slides right over the tip of that hook. And you can slide this in any position you want. I usually slide it about here. We can re-rig this back through our bait, making that the way we want it. And now you kind of have an A-rig. It's like a belly-weighted A-rig diesel minnow. This thing's really cool. This kind of gives you an idea of how this thing looks, and it basically swims exactly like this in the water. And what's nice about this is you can push these up to different positions. So you can put those baits right next to the lure, or you can pull them way down, even go under here. You can even use it as like a hook stabilizer and put those right back near the tail, and it keeps that bait from sliding down. Or you could just go right on the belly. All of these variations. So as I was swimming this, I thought, well, what if I wanted just a single belly-weighted hook? I cut one of the legs off, and I left a little stem. And now what I do is I turn this back into the hook slot, and it allows it to center up properly. And now that swims just perfect. And you can also move this up and down, and it will stay centered up with your bait. Really cool. And I can tell you, these things spin beautifully in the water. The blades are high quality. It's really, really nice. Also, for those of you who are wondering, it will slide over this weight. This little thing right here, it's elastic enough to slide over this weight. It has no problem getting over that. So it's definitely very, very versatile, very easy to use. You could do a single underspin. You could do a double underspin, mocking like an A-rig situation. Now you can do an underspin situation for Chinlock Z for the Z-Man products. As an alternative, Harmony makes some small little spinners as well that you might want to look at. They come in a little tackle bag like this, and you get a bag full of hooks and screws and attachments. You can kind of see here by the picture what it comes with, and there's these little You can see these little plastic pieces of surgical tubing inside, and I'll show you how that works. First and foremost, you can add these to your favorite Ned rig or worm. Just corkscrewing this little blade into the tail of a Ned rig, which would make a really nice bait. If you need a little bit more flash when you're doing some finesse fishing, it's a good solution for that. Additionally, if you want to put this on a hook, you can run the hook through the tubing and then through the split ring and then attach it that way. And I'll show you how that looks. And this would be a rigging on like a Chinlock Z hook. Now, of course, if the belly weight wasn't there, you could take it straight to the bottom. But I think when you have your bait connected on this and rigged up, you'll have no problems with this underspin configuration here. So this is a good alternative as well. And I'll put links to both of these in the bottom. So if you're having issues figuring out how to run a Chinlock Z or one of these diesel minnows with an underspin configuration, I've got it licked. You can do 2 blades, a single blade. You can do different positions on the blades, and you can also do some Zman Ned products and put blades on the ends of those too. Thought this would help you guys out. Wanted to share it with you. If you guys have any tips or tricks from your end that do the same thing, let me know what products you use. I'd like to check those out. In the meantime, what I have here today will be at the bottom. So take a look, check it out, buy some because it's cheap and might change your game. Might be just the little added sauce you need for the next time you go fishing. Hope you guys have a good one. Tight lines. I'll talk to you soon. Later.